Hello to our dear friends. How are you? You ask your friends how they're doing? Yeah. We have made it home from our Thanksgiving trip. It is Monday. We got home on Saturday about 5:30. We are all unpacked as of yesterday. Me and Micah are all unpacked. I'm not sure about everybody else, so me and Micah are taking care of them. We're the ones that are important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The kittens have not left. Sophie and Lily have not left the family room, and there is no door between the family room and the rest of the house. So they can kind of go where they want, down the basement, anywhere in the house. And they haven't left the room over there. They're really skittish. I finally figured out if you say, meow, meow, that's how Mom talks to all the cats. So when I started doing that, then they would come out. Now, that didn't mean they were going to come over to me, and that didn't mean that I could walk over and pet them. So we're kind of having to coax them. If you were around a year ago when we got Lance, and we just had to put Lance down. But when we got Lance, we brought him from Texas, from Mom and Dad's house, and he was very skittish. But once I can finally get a hold of them, then they're okay with me petting. Sophie likes to be pet a little more than Lily does. And something funny yesterday, Lily, okay, so the Tarzan eats up on top of these, it's an antique, I don't know what it is. It's like a dresser. And it's kind of low to the ground. And anyway, we have to keep the food up high because Bo will eat it. And the cats are now starting to eat Tarzan's food. So I can't hardly get my words out and talk to you. The dresser that the food is on is right next to the couch. So Lily jumps up. Now Lily's think girly Lily pink. So she's got the pink collar on her. She climbs up on the couch because Tarzan is eating his food, and she reaches up and she sniffs his bottom. And he walks away from his food, and he turns around to look at her, and she hissed at him. Hilarious. Little video girl hissing at Tarzan. Tarzan just looked at her like, whatever. It was funny. And let me see, what else is there? I think I had a few things I was going to tell you. We went through, my Aunt Sarah lives in Arkansas, and she came to Oklahoma. My Granny Baldwin, which is Dad's mom, Dad, Aunt Sarah, and Aunt June, they're all brother and sister. So we went to Aunt June's, we stayed in a hotel, and we had Thanksgiving dinner at my cousin Sherry, her husband Jerry, and their three boys, Cade, Code, and Aaron. So we went there to eat, and Aunt Sarah was staying at Aunt June's house, and when Granny Baldwin passed away, she had this big trunk of just all the stuff she had saved, and Aunt Sarah had never gone through it, so she brought a Rubbermaid container in the trunk of her car. And on Thanksgiving Day, let's see, when was this? We got there on Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday. Okay, Friday afternoon. We spent all day on Friday at Aunt June's house. So in the afternoon, or maybe it was in the morning, we went through some of it, and it's just really old stuff. So I videoed like a couple of things, and then I forgot to video anything that we went through at night because I actually had my hands in it at night. I kind of wanted to go through and see what was in it before we had to go. Just really cool stuff. And I forgot to take a picture of this, I think. But she had this little envelope, and it said, Pearl found in an oyster. So I showed it to Dad, and he said they didn't ever have fresh oysters. They had canned oysters. It was really teeny, teeny, tiny. I didn't open it up. It's in a little piece of saran wrap with a piece of rubber band, and it's right down at the end. It's about as big as a pinhead, if you made a pinhead into an actual circle. Really, really cool to see something like that. She had letters, all the letters that her husband had sent her when he was in the war. He was in World War II, and do I have those wars mixed up? This would have been back in the 40s. I'm not very good with numbers either. And there is a photo of my grandfather standing next to the helm of the ship with Dale Carnegie, which is really cool. I've seen that picture quite a bit, and I'm pretty sure I have a copy of that picture somewhere. Granny gave me some pictures at one point. But I brought home a couple of photos of my grandmother. There were some duplicates of a few things in there, so I took a couple. I think I took 3 photos of Granny, and there were a couple of articles that my dad wrote a long time ago, maybe back in the early 90s, and I'm gonna do a video on those. So it was just really cool looking through that stuff and seeing there was a perfect attendance for my Uncle Gene. So Granny had 5 children: Aunt June, Aunt Sarah, Dad, Uncle Gene. Oh, it's 4. I always think there's 5. There are 5. Who's the 5th one? Anyway, 2 boys, 2 girls. That's only 4. But I always think that it's 5. But it was big, giant certificate of Uncle Gene having perfect attendance and on time. He wasn't tardy for however long it was, and that was back in the 40s, I think. So just seeing all that stuff was just really interesting. A lot of letters from friends that came in. A lot of family lineage was there. Oh, that's Tarzan. Oh, that's not Tarzan, that's Deb. Deb's opening the door, not Tarzan. And, oh, are you happy? It's almost time to go. Okay, well, it's almost time to go. I'm almost sure there was more stuff I was going to tell you. But anyway, we made it home. I took a lot of video. It was warm. It was in the 60s while we were gone. Last year when we left, it was solid ice on the trees, and I was videoing out the window as we left last year. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to get a family photo. I got video of everybody, but I did not get, we didn't take a family photo like we did last year. This year was even more fun than last year because I think last year broke the ice. We'd never been there before. This year we had been there just the year before, had the same dinner, did the same thing, and so this year was like, oh, how are you? You know, it was like we were family by then, right? Ha ha ha, because we are family. So this time was more relaxing. Last year, remember, we ate, we cleaned everything, we put everything back where it was supposed to be, and then we left right away. This year, we didn't finish washing dishes, left the extra tables out. Upon my cousin Sherry's insistence, she said, I want to visit this year and not just stay in the kitchen. So that's exactly what we did. We stayed until 7 this year. Me and William and Micah did. Everybody else, let me think. No, we all left on Thanksgiving Day, I think, about the same time. But then on Friday, all of the cousins, they would be third cousins. So Sherry's my first cousin. She would be your second cousin, and Sherry's children would be your third cousin. So the third cousins, which would be 5 of our kids, 3 of Sherry and Jerry's children, they all went out. They played some kind of golf pro golf or something. It's real golfing. I don't know what it is, though. And then they went ice skating. Then they came to Aunt June's, and we had a really cool taco salad where you put Catalina dressing on it. And Aunt Sarah kept saying, Catalina dressing is what makes this really good. She said it's real popular when they have get-togethers. She lives in Mountain View. That was really cool. That tasted really good. We just had a really good time. We just had good food all the way around, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, do you have anything you want to tell your friends? Did I forget to tell them anything? No? You want to wave bye-bye? I will look to the hills from whence cometh my help, for my help cometh from the Lord. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.